G'day viewers, Retro Man here and welcome to the 80s Show. Now today we're going to switch the focus to Oscar-winning thespian Nicolas Cage. Now this guy has, been on the scene since the early 80s. He's been in, I think, about 120 films. 120 acting credits. This guy is really like a journeyman actor in some ways. There is just so many film roles he has sunk his teeth into. And of course, Nicolas Cage has made some very good action movies over the years. He's been in some blockbuster action movies. He was in The Rock. Do you remember that film that paired him with Sean Connery? He also did Con Air with John Cusack and John Malkovich. That was a blockbuster. And of course, guys, he was in that John Woo action film Face Off, where he faced off against John Travolta. But guys, what do you think is Nicolas Cage's favourite action movie? He's been in so many big ones, and when you think, like I said, 120 credits, and a lot of those are action films. He's been in so many little smaller action movies as well. He's always up to mischief with a gun. Just recently I watched him in The Retirement Plan. You could really call that an action movie as well. And that was very interesting. He had his hands full battling Ron Perlman in that, but that's another story. But guys, Nicolas Cage, what do you think he likes to watch when it comes to action films? He's a bit of a, interesting actor, and I'm sure he's seen a lot of movies over the years, but there is one action movie that he rates the greatest action movie of all time, one that he loves more than any other action movie, and I'm here today to tell you what it is. And I think it's a great movie as well. So, man, Nicolas Cage has some great taste when it comes to action movies. And that film, of course, is Enter the Dragon, starring Bruce Lee. This is a classic movie. Some of you would probably consider this one the greatest martial arts movie ever made. But Nicolas Cage puts it in that category of the greatest action movie. And he has a lot of respect, obviously, for Bruce Lee and the craft that has gone into this film. This film has a fantastic music score. It has some great action sequences choreographed by Bruce, of course. And there's some really cool supporting characters. In this film, we have Jim Kelly, who plays a wonderful part. And Jim, of course, as a result of this film, became a star in his own right. He had a film out called Black Belt Jones in the 70s, which kind of was a continuation of the character here. And guys, John Saxon, who's a bit of a cult movie actor, he is in this as well. And he plays a great role. Who knew that John Saxon could fight? But in this film, he's definitely doing some. And guys, John Saxon almost didn't end up in Enter the Dragon. Trivia alert. His role was almost cast with a really imposing 6-foot-something guy called William Smith. And William Smith didn't end up in here. We got John Saxon instead. But what a cast. It's a really interesting one, having Bruce Lee, Jim Kelly and John Saxon. And they really make for a very interesting team. They're on an island and they're fighting for survival in some ways as the film goes on. They think they're getting involved in a tournament, but there's really more to it than that. And it's just great to know that Nicolas Cage appreciates a Bruce Lee film and holds it in that high regard. So Nicolas Cage calls Enter the Dragon his favourite action movie. And guys, it's also one of my favourites. And I'm sure many of you out there really appreciate what went into this film. Even Angela Mayo's in this film as Bruce's sister. And she was great in her own right. She was Lady Kung Fu back in the 70s, Angela Mayo. It's only a small role, but that just tells you the pedigree of performers in this one. And this was directed by Robert Klaus, who would later go on to make a very entertaining film with Jackie Chan called The Big Brawl. So that's why that film in Chan's collection is a cut above. But Enter the Dragon, I mean, if you haven't seen this film, you are really missing out. This is a great action movie. So guys, if it's good enough for Nicolas to watch and hold up there, I mean, I'm sure some of you really think you better check it out now. But guys, tell me what you think of Enter the Dragon in the comments below. Tell me if you think Nicolas Cage got it right. I mean, this film came out in the early 70s, and I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's 50 plus years now. This film doesn't show any age though. It kind of has timeless appeal, just like Bruce Lee. I suppose you could say when you're at the top of your game like Bruce was in this movie, I mean, he really supersedes time and space. He is just brilliant, always has been, and this is a real testament to his work. So guys, Nicolas Cage's favourite film is Enter the Dragon. If you haven't seen it, check it out, and you will see me again very soon. In fact, at the moment, I'm planning to do a little episode called The Greatest Nicolas Cage Movies. So guys, keep a lookout for that as I reflect on Nicolas Cage's catalogue and I tell you what I think are his 10 best. So guys, that will be coming to the channel very soon. In the meantime, please like, comment and subscribe, and keep watching The 80s Show, because you will never know what is going to pop up next, just like Enter the Dragon. It's been an absolute pleasure, guys. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. It was something a little different, and if you're a Nicolas Cage fan, keep watching. Until next time, this is Retro Man, living the dream, 80s style. Stay gold.
Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang and just as affable as Nicolas Cage in holiday mode. The drinks are on me. Please subscribe and good night, viewers.